Hello. How's it going? Hey Cheryl, how are ya? Hope everything is good in your world. I was going to tidy up, but I didn't. Simple, really. No major surprise there. But all is well. Just gonna wait around. Haven't done one of these for a long time. Can't remember when the last time was. But I thought I'd paint a picture that I took in Bendigo back in early September when I was away for my Victoria / New South Wales / Murray River tour. I guess, yeah, it was good. Bendigo is a great place. I'd never been before, and it's very cool. Lots of really cool buildings, lots of really cool, well, everything really. It's just all really nice. But no, it's cool. But I hope everyone is well. I'm going to show you guys the reference photo that I'm going to work from. I've done this scene before, but I've obviously just did a quick sketch of it when I was away. But here we go. Here's the reference. Looking straight down near the main draggy bit. That looks, I don't know what the streets are called, but that's the Shamrock Hotel there on the left. That pretty building. It's a very cool old building. There's about 20,000 Shamrock hotels in the area. That's just the one that's in Bendigo, we discovered. But it's good. It's there's a statue. I think it's a Anzac War Memorial type thing, I believe. And yeah, so I just thought I'd have a crack at this. Just show a different approach. Showing that you don't have to paint everything exactly like it is all the time, of course. So use some artistic license, get some interest going, because it's a cool scene shapes wise, but it's not that dramatic light or anything like that. So we invent shit. That's what we do. Can you guys hear me okay? Just give me a thumbs up or something in the chat. I just want to make sure you can hear me before I crack on with some painting. Right here. Loud and clear. Good stuff. That's what I like. Technology's working. Good stuff. If you are out there listening and you haven't said hello yet, firstly, why not? Why are you being so standoffish? And say hello. Say hello to my little friend. Okay, that was terrible. Sorry. Okay, armed with a pencil, I am now changing over to the painting. All right. So you've had a little look at the reference photo, and obviously, if you want to look back, watch this back, and paint along later on, go for it. You've got access to everything there. Just going to draw it up. Nothing too drastic. Find your horizon. Whoop-de-doo-dah. There's a bit of something there. Let's just put this building in place first. Comes down. It's very technical drawing. I'll keep that a bit squat. Yeah. A bit more squat than that. There we go. That's probably better. Alright. Just getting my bearings a bit with the image. Yeah. It's a tricky one. Just have to have a look at it quickly. That's all good. it's going to be rough, you know. It's all a demo. It's all just saying good day to everyone again. It's nice. Something like that. There's a little flagpole up there or something, you know. Do whatever you want. Well, not really. Within reason. Yeah, that's alright. We're talking shapes here, so that's all we're really interested in at the moment. Just the shapes. And we've got this kind of thing. Talk to me in the comments, people. Why are you all so quiet? Why can't you just say hello? I'm shocked, I'm offended, no, I'm not really, I'm just being silly. Really? That's about it. Okay. Yeah, let's have a look. There's this little bit that goes down there. Once again, no detail. You don't want detail. We want atmosphere. We want mood. All that kind of thing. But we don't need detail to tell a story. Right? We really just need the shape of this building. It's bloody marvellous. It's all a bit wonky, but that's okay. That's alright. No one's going to write to the architect. I'm sure he's long dead. Sure, he is long dead. Okay. That looks bloody beautiful, I must say. Not really. Not really. Not yet. It'll be okay. Let's do some cars. I know there's a whole bunch of angle parking going on, but I'm just gonna do it. Actually, let's do a bigger car out there. I'm gonna push this. Just want to push it back. Oh, it's not got anything. Yes. Nope. Don't tell me there's no more bloody lead in this pencil. That'd be bloody right. Ah, g'day Kim. How you going? It's alright. Oh look, no more lead in that pencil. That's not a euphemism, by the way. I'll see what I can find. Wasn't planning on running out of lead. That's okay. I don't even have another bloody pencil around. All the shit in my studio, my little messy room here, I don't have another pencil to continue the journey. I'll find one. Maybe. Oh, no, I know where there's some. Hang on. I know where there's a pencil. It's in this bloody drawer. Alright. We have lead. We have lead. We were unleaded. Now we are super once again. Hope there's lead in this. Yep, that's enough for now. So as you can see with the drawing, I'm using a lot of artistic license here, composition wise. Why not? Make it interesting. Oh, look at that. Love it when it works and stuff. Yeah, so I just wanted to bring a car closer so that purely so that it'll just give it a bit of a different perspective on things. You know, I think push things back and all of that. So these trees and things, that's all cool. You can leave them as they are. Let's just put a figure. Ooh, I'm just trying to think. Figure somewhere. Actually, the car needs to come down a little bit. That's okay. Put the car out there. Figure. Oh, I'm being very rough. That's okay. Now this little statue is quite important. Quite important to kind of get it right, because it is, after all, it is the thing we're painting. It's the focal point, if you like, of our image. I'm not worried about getting details right. The rough pose is good, if we can get that right, that'll be handy. But I'm more concerned with just getting the proportions right and getting the silhouette right. That looks okay. The gun comes out there somewhere. I might just bring that down a little further so these little legs can be longer. Something like that. If you've got any questions along the way, just type them out. Type them out if you like. Leave comments. Alright. Something like that. I just know there's a whole bunch of different levels to this monument. That's all good. It's a bit hectic. It's got a fair bit of stuff going on. It's all rough and ready. I don't plan on keeping his for too long because, you know, we've got Love Island and shit to watch. Oh man, I hope not. I hope that I don't know anyone that likes Love Island and that shite that seems to infiltrate people's noggins. But anyway, to each their own. I know Judge. Alright, so a bit of trivia. This building on the right in the reference photo, I don't know if it's a bit of that building as well or it's just on the corner there, but it's the original Maya. Like the first one. And it's still a Maya. There you go. Shit you learned from the tour guides, eh? It's crazy. Right. So there you go. That's the drawing. That's all I'm going to do drawing-wise, believe it or not. We'll do a couple of little directional things. Actually, what's there? Oh, that doesn't make any sense. I'm just... Yeah. It's not making any sense. That's all right. It's not making sense yet. I need to make it make more sense before I'd be happy with it. Let's keep a couple of cars back here, not so dominant, and we'll put a couple more figures. That might look a little bit better in the grand scheme of it. Yeah, that's better. I was just too far forward. But that's alright, all good. Now, we're rocking. So, Focus. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. What time is it? It's 8:17. I've been going for about 10, 12 minutes. So, got to get a wriggle on. Let's do a cloudy, rough cloudy sky. Had some great weather when we were there, but had some shit stuff too. Obviously this day was pretty good, you can see. But some dodgy stuff going on. There was some dodgy weather. Right. Splashing a bit of water. Oh, that's not really a colour for a sky, but it's there now. That'll do. Now, let's just get an undercoat in. Let's just get an undercoat. Here we go. It's a bit of Daniel Smith's Natural Sienna. It's obviously mixed with whatever rubbish is there as well, but it's a fun colour. It's like raw sienna, it's just a bit brighter, I find. A bit brighter. I like it. I like it. Like I say, if anyone's got any questions, just let me know along the way. Some distance there. Just getting a whole bunch of undercoat. It's all just an undercoat. This is good fun. This is the easy bit. Get away with anything in this section. But I don't want to go too strong. I just want to make it nice and light, so that when we do, whoop, that's Henry yelling at the dog. If you heard that, I'm not sure. He's not being murdered in the other room. But important not to go too heavy in this first wash, because it's going to be a big silhouette, a big sort of pretty dark, foreboding kind of mood anyway. So you want to have it nice and light underneath, at least on the road surface, because it's not going to be too much in the way of shadow there. Did hear, of course. People are going to be calling dogs. Alright. So I'm just looking at other things. What can I do? While it's all wet, what can I do to muck around with it? Not much. Just putting little bits. There's some trees there. Doesn't matter. It's just tiny little bits of wash. It'll probably disappear in a second once I dry it off, but that's alright. I'll do something. As long as it's not heavy, you can go nuts. Just going to dry it off, but I'll mute the microphone. Won't be a sec. Alright, so it's dried off quite nicely. It's not 100% dry, but it's close enough for me to work on. I'll get stuck in with some of this. Just going to go straight into the shamrock. Why not? I've come up with something that I'm working on at the moment. This one, it's pretty cool. So I've got, obviously I love painting, and I do also like true crime. This stems from when I was a kid. It's not just a bandwagon, listening to a spooky podcast about serial killers or whatever. One of my earliest memories is learning all about the Manson family when, I would have been in my, very early part of my life, probably early 80s, I think, when the Helter Skelter movie came out, somewhere there. Hey Tracy, how you going? Good to see you there. So I've been fascinated with it ever since. I read all the books, done all that, and obviously with the advent of podcasts and things, it's continues to go nuts as a genre. And I've had an idea that I've always wanted to do for an art exhibition, which is kind of macabre, but I think it'd work. It's basically about taking what am I trying to say? So getting things like crime scenes of like how they are now. So going to Google Street View or something and finding John Wayne Gacy's house or something. It's not there anymore, by the way. The block is, but it's a different house. But finding that and painting it as it is now, or a beautiful part of it, of the area. Like the farmland surrounding Ed Gein's place, that kind of stuff, and make nice pictures and have it on the wall, hang it on the wall in the gallery wherever it's exhibiting, and have the story about what went on there in that location, but have this nice piece of painting representing the area, I suppose. But yeah, I sort of had that idea rolling around in my head for donkeys, but I thought a really cool way to do something would be via YouTube channel. And so what I'm working on is something called The Scene of the Crime. Tony White Watercolour presents The Scene of the Crime, and it's going to be things like today, for example, I started production on an episode about Jack the Ripper, where I went through audibly, like audio-wise, told the story in an abridged form. Obviously you don't want these videos to go on for days, but an abridged form of basically what happened, the victims and all that kind of stuff. And while I tell the story, I'm painting a picture that relates to the topic, which in this case was the 10 Bells pub in Whitechapel, that is still there to this day. Yep, Trace, the reference was up earlier. I'll show you what it is, but I won't do the picture-in-picture. It'll take up, I think people would rather see the palette, but I'll put it up. Here you go. That's what I'm working from at the moment. And get back to that. Yeah, you see it's a real simplified version for sure. And yeah, so I just wanted to give that kind of thing a crack and just sort of do something a bit more fun, a bit more interesting, and been playing with the production today, and I think it's going to be really cool. I think it's going to be nice. So yeah, watch this space. It'll launch at some point when it's right. But it's not it's no big deal. It's just other videos on my YouTube channel, but there'll be, content warnings and all that sort of stuff. And, I'm not really catering to the usual watercolour crowd, I don't suppose. But so there's a bit of swearing and carrying on, just, be myself. Why not? Why not? And so it should be fun. But it was really good fun to record this first one. But they record Love Island. Oh shit, no, damn it. No, I've got it on already. Not gonna miss it. Wouldn't miss it for the world. Oh god, I hope you guys know I'm joking. Oh shit, I can't even bear the thought of someone even secretly thinking that I may secretly like that stuff. It hurts my heart. Alright, getting darker and darker here. Burnt sienna and blue. Bit of neutral. Bit more burnt sienna. Put something there. So real rough. Just getting that. Make sure you get the tones right. If the tones aren't right, it's all over. So you've got to get that going really nicely for yourself. Concentrate on tone above everything else. And if you do that most of the time, you'll have some decent paintings. So I'm just melting that side into the ground, really. I don't want to have it be too much of a big deal, but do you know what I'm going to do? Even better would be just to bring that down. And we can dot in and around figures. You can make that quite strong in there. Nice and strong. Naked and Alone. What's that? It reminds me of my youth. Alright, this is a rough representation of the shamrock. There you go. Alright. Just want to soften this edge here, if we can, the trees. That's right, it'll be alright. Let's just get these couple in here. If you're going to do little bits of colour like this, if in an otherwise fairly monochromatic kind of scene, just got to make sure they're subdued. You don't want to have bright colours straight from the tube type thing. Just subdue them a bit, grey them down, and they'll speak better. Oh, that's not real good, but that's okay. Alright. No, that's not what I was planning on. That's okay, let's just melt that into this. There's trees over here anyway. Trees hide a multitude of sins, by the way. So don't be scared to let the trees do a job for you. That's okay. I'll just bring that down a bit there. Alright, cool. So that tells me some information about this side. Okay, you don't have to be completely just blotting everything in, make it sing like it's going to at the end. You want to keep your eye on the prize. This is looking nice misty atmosphere going on. Cool. So what I might do is just do a quick dry off, just to reevaluate the tones, because this will obviously dry a bit lighter, and we'll go from there. Won't be a sec. Alright, it's like watching paint dry. Okay. Lettuce is expensive. Alright. These copper statues and things that are out there in the world, it's really easy to get the colour in. It's just a dirty turquoise. Quite. Oh, Jesus Christ. Can't even hold on to the brush. It's a dirty turquoise, and you generally face that it's got a light side and a dark side. And that's all it is. A bit of dirty turquoise. And you get a little bit in there. You got to sort of trust your powers of observation a bit and don't get too freaked out. It might come down there a bit more, I reckon. Now that's okay, but I just want to soften some of those edgy bits. Yep, that does the trick. Yeah, that tells the story well enough for the purposes of this demonstration. So I want to make this statue monument bit quite strong. Bigger brush. Just want to make it quite strong so that the light parts, like the bits of this that are catching the light, are going to be that much cooler. When I say cooler, I mean like Arthur Fonzarelli cooler, not colour temperature cooler. And I'm not really putting things exactly where they are, as if you couldn't have guessed. I'm just taking the idea of what I know to be a monument and just embellishing it and get it stuck in. Do it how I want. Just try and do it nice and fresh. If you're going to do a painting like this, you keep it nice and fresh. Don't get bogged down in it too much. let's get some nice and strong dark there, and we'll just bring that down. Not that I really want a wet reflection or anything like that, it's just so it's all in keeping with everything else that's going on. It's nice horizontals that are dragging themselves upwards, and it just blends itself nicely into the ground area, that's all. Cool. Alright. Yeah, that's okay. Need to get a couple of these cars in there, but that's okay. We can do that with quite strong pigment. There. You know, you don't want to make your cars look like they're outlined and coloured in and all weird, but the simpler you can keep them, the better they look. These ones aren't great, but that's okay because they're not a major part. They're just a bit of interest, and I'll, you know, embellish them a bit as we get further along. Let's have a look at some figures. Let's put another one over here. Let's put another figure right there. Big head. Yep, cool. That's good. Alright. Right. Really just getting things nice and loose. Where's a colour? Give me a colour. Something like that. Right. Just connecting everything through. Couple of figures. Let's put a nice strong figure here, and this nice strong figure will push everything back even further. It's obviously something I do a fair bit, but I really like it. I think it's nice and effective. It's a good way to make use of the front of your picture, the corner of your picture that people don't really do much with usually. But yeah, if you need to, it's a good strategy to push things back. Yeah, that's all cool. Let's have a look. We need some foliage, trees. Let's go up here. I've just dried the brush off hell of a lot, really, about there. And I will make it a bit more obvious in a second. Do some branches and whatnot. Da, 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 da. Keep drying my brush off too far. That's okay. That's okay. Just getting a little bit of pigment on the paper. Just the rough idea of where the trees and things are. That's all. I'll refine it a bit afterwards. That's cool. That's a bit funky. Okay, what do we got? So we're looking here. This little bit here is a bit of a funny section. I think it needs something else going on. Just not quite sure. Actually, all I need to do. Let's have a think. A bit dark. Yeah, let's do that. We can make a bit of a shadow out of it, I think. Shadow slash reflection. But what I can do with a bit of that dry brush there, I can let it do its thing, but I'll go over the top of it with some other dry brush afterwards to give it even more definition. Now, while I've got this pigment on this brush, I'm just going to do a quick a little bit of stuff. Well, detail's not really the right word. It's just a bit of rubbish. It's telling the story anyway. It's telling the story, and that's all we can ask for. Those horizontals are a bit unnecessary. It's okay. Alright, good. Good. Happy with how everything's generally behaving. So that's good. Now, what I need to do need to put a shadow. Talking to myself now. I'm in the zone, just talking through shit in my own noggin. Bendigo. Where did Bendigo? Alright, cool. So we just start looking around. I think I'm probably about 5 minutes from being sorted, so that's pretty cool. I gave myself I wanted to be done within the hour, so that's nice. When you do things like that, it looks a bit silly. So you just get a brush, get a bit of water, and you just sort of kill it. You put it on there and you kill it. And it just takes the harshness off what you do, and it just gives it a bit more life. Subdues it so that it doesn't stand out so much. Alright. Yeah, we've got the good old wacky do Anders Anderson dagger rigger hybrid thing that I really like, and this is where we can go a bit nuts with the foliage and whatever else is going. They're really good brushes because you can't control them. Hold them at the end, twist them around, get your shaking Stevens on as you go. Get over here. Cool. Yeah, that looks alright. That works. Alright, I'm going to dry it off, then we'll come back through and put some little highlights and things in there. Should be okay. Won't be a sec. Mute the old mic. Yeah, they don't show any nudie bits though. I've seen, I think I saw them watching it on Gogglebox or something, and they pixelate everything, so it's like, what's the point? It's like going to Macca's for a salad. Alright. Let's have a look. Now, my usual process is stupid thing. Dark highlights, colours, and then highlights. See what we got going on. So I just want to... These windows don't look like the real windows, but they tell a story, and that's what I've ended up with. So that's what I'm doing. Now I'm just putting a few little dark bits here, and it's just gonna give us the hint of something else going on. That's all. I don't want it to be too dramatic, but as I put some darkness just around the figures and things, just want to be a bit careful. I don't want to put solid colour. I just wouldn't mind keeping some of the colour, some of the areas mottled, a bit of a mottled look, so that just reads a bit more interestingly. Yeah, that's alright. That's alright. Alright, that's all good. What else have we got? I'm just zooming in on the photo to see what we've got to work with. Let's do this. Let's go. Something about there. I'm just sort of looking for little tricks that will push things back and just help with the overall composition. So I'm not looking for details or anything here at all. This is purely just to suggest little bits and pieces. Oh yeah, there's a light. Yeah, not much there. That's okay. Bingo. Yeah, I start looking for little plops of colour I can whack in to make it read a bit nicer. And they can, be things like scarves and handbags, all of that. You don't want holes in the paper. Either you've been to the gym too much, or you're using tracing paper, or you need to just chill out. You'll be okay. Alright, let's do good old handbag there. Dotty dot dots. It's okay. It's funny how some pigments just get stuck in your brush. Can't shift it. It's alright. Okay. Just looking for little bits. It's usually when you're looking for things that it's a good indication that it's time to stop. Now, I just want to do one more. I want to give these cars. Yeah, I think they go that way up the street. That'll do. Okay. Alright, into the highlights. Now I'm just having a look here. I want to put highlight on this bloke. He's already got one there on his right hand shoulder. Statue's fine, don't need any highlights there anywhere. Need to define the head and shoulders of these figures a bit better. That one's not too bad. And I'll even put little highlights on these. Why not? And if you've got plenty of white in your, plenty of white paper showing through, and in little bits of dry brush and this sort of stuff here, your opaque paint works way better and is less noticeable, so it doesn't look like an abomination with too much white on it. You don't want that. Need to darken that up. I want to darken that, I think. Just looking, because this is sort of the spot, this is the time that you get to make these little improvements, but you've got to be real careful about it. You don't want to just go headlong into it, because you will do irreparable damage if you're not careful. So you've got to be smart about it. Believe me, it's not easy, because sometimes this sort of stuff's fun because you're thinking, woohoo, I'm near the end of the picture and life's good. I've done an amazing job. I'm awesome. You pat yourself on the back, and then a couple of minutes later, you've gone too far and you've stuffed it up. Just think that needed sitting down a bit. You join it in with our ghostly figure. And that's actually fine. Yeah, that should be right. Okay, well, let's have a look. I'll dry it off before I take the tape off. Won't be a sec. Trace, yeah, wet on wet should be part of every successful watercolour. It's just one portion of things. You know, a lot of this stuff's all wet and wet, and when all the blending. Yeah, absolutely I do. It's great. It shouldn't be the only technique you use though. It's just one of many. But it's a good one to understand, because when you do understand wet on wet, you start to understand edges, and gaining a variety of edges in your work is imperative. If you've got everything's hard edged or everything's soft, yeah, not successful. You've got to have that variety in there for sure. But no, wet on wet's good. It's good fun. So there you go. Nice little slice of, I'll see if I can flatten that out a bit. It's a bit better so the angle's not so intense. Yeah, bit of a slice of Bendigo, just a quick sketch. That was all good. It's always fun. It's just a nice shape. That's the thing. Like whenever you're looking for your references, just make sure you're looking for nice shapes. Don't worry necessarily about the mood or anything that's in the photograph or that's happening on the day if you're outside painting. Just look at cool shapes. That's all you need to worry about. And you don't even need to worry about where the windows are, what type of windows are, what's this, what's that. Oh, that's just not exactly the same. Yeah, it's all just not important. It's not important. So you just get stuck in and go for it. But yeah, has anyone got any questions before you all head off Nine Eyes? Because I've got to go and watch Love Island evidently, but and I'll look up this naked one. I don't know. I think it's pretty dodgy. I'll probably shouldn't look at it. Well, if you're watching this back on the playback, leave a comment, say good day. I look forward to seeing you guys. I'll do another one of these pretty soon, I reckon, and we'll go from there. Thanks for sticking around, and I hope that you all have a great evening and a great rest of your week and weekend and next week and the week after and the month and everything leading up to Chrissy, and hopefully 2023 is a better year for all of us. And I thank you very much. I'll talk to you soon. Cheers, Kim. Thank you. Night, guys.